Good morning. Making my eyebrows look good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good morning so far. Hopefully you got some Celsius in you, some coffee, something, some water. I don't eat breakfast until after I stop trading, really. I'm a type of guy that can't miss breakfast food. Breakfast food for me is like the number one meal. I love avocado, eggs, a little bit of toast. So good. I can't miss it. So I usually have like breakfast for lunch and then I have dinner. I really only eat twice a day. I'll have like a pretty nice breakfast at lunchtime just because I can't miss it. Unless I have like plans to go out for lunch, then I'll just do that. And then dinner. That's really it. I don't really eat in the morning. I'm never really hungry in the morning. I don't know about you guys. Breakfast or dinner? I don't go that far, but I guess it's probably good for me too in terms of that fasting in the morning. All right, so good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. Interesting after hours from yesterday after close to now. It was the classic bulls celebrating their Microsoft calls, and then about an hour later saying, "Oh shit." It was another textbook example of why you do not trade options for earnings, why you just wait until after earnings, and you just play the continuation. So that was just another great example. If that Microsoft move did not teach you a lesson, then I don't know what will. If you want to continue to try to trade earnings, you're just got a really bad gambling problem. That's really what it is at that point. So again, another reason, stay away from earnings. This, I would say, into the future. I don't trade earnings myself. I've learned my lesson. I've been there. I've tried to play some earnings YOLOs, and it just never works. It just never works. So at some point, you gotta learn. Some point, you gotta be not insane, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Definition of insanity. At some point, you have to hang it up. So Microsoft, great example of why we don't do that, why we protect our money, why we stay conservative and stay focused on risk management. So that was interesting. Very big flip, brought everything down with it. And one of the major ones that's bringing down with it is Amazon. Amazon's getting beat down this morning and last night. So definitely something that I will be watching today is Amazon. What else happened yesterday? We had that weird glitch at open. Yeah, Amazon's getting really hit here. We had that weird glitch at open. I'm sure you guys saw that. That was so strange. Like on my watch list, things were getting halted, like right at open. And I thought there was something. I thought it was I was like, this is not normal. This is wild. So yeah, it ended up being a glitch at the New York Stock Exchange, which was quite interesting. So that happened yesterday. What else? I lost money yesterday. I lost like $200, $250, I think. Tried to play some AMD. We talked about that on the stream today or yesterday. Didn't work. Took my losses. Just moved on with the day. Yesterday, intraday looked like a terrible price action. After like 10:30, I started to get that feeling that it was just going to be an ugly day, and I just hung it up. So I took my loss yesterday, $250. And today we can easily make that back. Sometimes the best option, at least what I've learned, is if you're having a day where you're really not getting anything going, if your losses, are just sort of, if it's just feeling like you're not getting a good read, which yesterday was just not a market that you could really read that well. Sometimes it's better just to hang it up, man. It's so crucial because You come back today, hopefully with some movement, and you can easily make back those losses unless you dig yourself into too deep of a hole that you can't climb out of. That's what we don't want to get ourselves into. So that was yesterday for me. Just didn't get really a good read, took some losses, and just moved on with my day. Yeah, still a great month, 5,800 on the month. And this might be, today might be the last trading day of the week for me. I definitely won't trade tomorrow. And I maybe will trade Friday in New York, but knowing how my Fridays have gone recently, I might just even skip Friday as well. So this might be my last trading day this week, and I don't have any problems with that. That might be a nice little, something to try out, not trade Fridays or not really get too active on Fridays unless I can start to figure out how to trade them better, because my Fridays just have not been great lately. Who's calling me at 8 o'clock in the morning? Hold on, guys. Let me take this. 1 second. Stay here. It'll be about 1 minute. All right. My car is parked in the garage at a electric charger, and I think I had it there too long. So they called me. They said I got to move my car. So I got to do that after this. All right, back to business. So, let's get started. So today, let's pull up the economic earnings calendar. Pull that up first. Here is the economic here. Today is Wednesday, none scheduled. So nothing scheduled today. I don't expect there to be anything crazy there, right? Obviously, nothing scheduled. Tomorrow is where things get a little bit interesting. GDP, jobless claims, Friday, PCE price index, consumer spending, etc. 1-year inflation expectations, 5-year inflation expectations. So you can start to see some economic news creeping in here. So today, nothing, which is nice, right? No economic news today. All right. Let's pull up the earnings calendar. Pull that up. We did have Boeing report this morning. So right here, let me pull that up for us. Move the car. I'm going to move it after the stream. Yeah, it should move itself, right? No, they called me. They said, that's fine. I'll move it in 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So today, Boeing, we had Boeing this pre-market. We'll take a look at that one. We'll take a look at really nothing much, but we'll obviously look at TXN and Microsoft from yesterday, and then Boeing this morning. We'll take a look. And then after hours today, guys, right? This is the one everyone's interested in. This is the one that everyone's going to be trading calls and puts on, obviously. Everyone's going to probably end up losing their money on, is Tesla. Who knows? Maybe it moves outside the expected move, and maybe, one side gets to celebrate tomorrow morning. But after close today, Tesla, that's going to be the big boy. I know everyone's going to be watching this one, and this will definitely influence the market, in my opinion. So definitely watching to see that. Rest of the week, we already know American Airlines, Southwest, nothing crazy. You do have some payment processors, like I said yesterday. Those are usually important to watch for the overall economic environment. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and then you end your week. All right? So that's that. We'll take a look at the futures. As always, Microsoft 235. This is a big level on Microsoft. Amazon 93. This is a huge level. Nvidia 192 rejections that continue to come in. Watching this AMD retest. Tesla has earnings today. going to talk a little bit about how stocks usually perform before their earnings dates. Boeing 201 and then Google under 99. That is what we're going to be looking at today. And again, if you guys want to come to the after-hour streams, we are doing one tonight. So if you are a member of the Discord, if you are a member here on YouTube by pressing that join button down below, or if you're part of the chart community, the chart Discord where we do the technicals only, the link will be shared at those in those communities. All right. So, did I close my covered call? No, I did not, Key. I still hold it. All right. So, the reason, actually, you know what? Let me go to the ES first. The reason I made the title of this live stream to be cautious shorting today with a bias, right? I know the downside looks nice, and I do want to catch the downside myself. I will be honest. I am just a little bit cautious of this 4,000 level on the ES. I think we have to be very objective here this morning to be cautious and sort of be aware of this potential hold area on the ES. This may hold, and if it does hold, right, it might try to bounce off this 4,000 level. So I would be very cautious of this level today on the S&P 500 futures. This previous double bottom low right here, right here, right here, I would be sort of cautious at that 4,000. So let's watch that 4,000 today and see if there's any type of strength off that level. If there is no strength off that level at 4,000, then I think you will slip back towards this 39.80, right? This low right here. 39.80 would probably be where the next slip would move to if we gave up 4,000. If we gave up 4,000, I would look for 39.80. Now, where I'd really get aggressive on the short side, where I would really want to play the downside move is under 39.80. That is where I would probably start to get a little bit more aggressive, right here. So if we start to give up this 39.80 right here, this little double bottom, and we start to trade within this area here, right, that is where I will get, I believe, more aggressive, or at least this is where I think the market will get more aggressive to the downside, and where I would want to be participating, with more confidence to the downside. So 4,000 here, right? We can clearly see we have this previous bottom here at 4,000, right here, right here, right here, right? And then you can see we are trading right at it, right? Right at it right now. Well, I mean, it's something to watch, Gold Sauce, right? If you take a short at 4,000 and it bounces into 410, 420, most people are not going to hold through that. They're probably going to take a loss on it. So you're probably going to want to watch what happens at 4,000. If there's any type of short-term bounce here, right? If there's any type of little bull trap and you're caught in a bull, if you're bearish and you're caught in a bull trap, are you going to hold on? Are you going to stay in drawdown here? Right? Whether you believe this is just a fake bounce for more downside, how much drawdown can you hold on to if there's a little bit of a dead cat bounce off 4,000 today? All right. So I think you got to watch for that. I don't think you can just ignore that. I would not be slamming the puts that open if we are opening above 4,000 on the ES. So I would watch that, right? If you lose it, if it's very clear that we lose it, if it's very clear that we lose it and we break below, then I would say you probably have yourself a nice little 20-point downside into 39.80. If you lose 39.80, that's where you probably could start to see this thing start to melt. So 39.80 is really that target for that downside move. Under that, I would really like to play that. Where's that 200 at? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, around that 39.70. So we can watch for that. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking today, right? I'm going to be a little bit cautious at open. I'm not going to go crazy. If I see 4,000 get lost and I see it turn into a rejection, then maybe I'll look to play that 39.80 move. If we get down into 39.80 and we lose this level, that's where I'll start to really get looking, for that downside. This is not going to hold the market up right here, right? This is not going to hold the market up right here. So watching for that move under 39.80, that would be nice. Okay. If the market finds support off 4,000, right, that doesn't mean also, right, that doesn't mean we can just slam the calls, because look, you have the previous lows here around that 4,010, and then that retest rejection around that 4,020. So you still do have those supply levels above to be focused on. So right in these general areas, these previous lows, previous highs, 40.20, and then 40.10, right? You got to watch out for those to the upside as well. So look to see what happens at 4,000 today. I think that's the key. If we lose that, I'd say 39.80. If we lose that, I think you get your real aggressive downside. Right now, you are below 4,000. If we cannot regain that at open, you could see that quick slip to 39.80. All right. On the SPY, pretty much right here, right? On the SPY, you can see it's right at that 396.25, 396.50 area, 396 flat. This whole area here, right? That is this little consolidation is really what I would be watching. You can see right here, this consolidation. If we give this up, then you got yourself a nice little slip down here, right? No strength in this area. Nothing of support in this area here. If we can give up this low, right, then you got yourself some nice confirmation. But I would be cautious getting too aggressive on the short side into this area, right? If this area tries to hold again, you got to be a little bit cautious of this area here before getting too aggressive on the short side. I think that's just playing levels, understanding that there's a previous level there, and making sure that you are aware of that before you get too aggressive to either direction. All right. NASDAQ. So really, really nice NASDAQ break and retest in the after hours. I mean, look at this, right at that 11,860 level. This was the level we found support at all day yesterday. Where we found support here on Monday. And look at that break and retest of 11,860 here. That was really nice, very clean. Really nice break and retest of 11,860 in the overnight session. That was very clean for that downside move. Now, this area around 11.7 and 11.650, right? What is this area here? Right? This is that previous top here, and then that previous top right here. So if we zoom into the 30-minute, I would be, again, just a little bit cautious before shorting into this area. Why is that? Because this is a previous high. This is the previous double top high from back on that 4-hour I just showed you. And this is a previous consolidation here. So will it just be, a slip and slide through this area? No, I think it might take a little bit of, it will require the market really wanting to go down, right? If the market really wants to go down today, if it's just a destruction kind of day, then yeah, we'll probably just slip right through this. But if it's like one of those days where the price action's a little light, the volume's not really quite there, and we just sort of slowly move down here, right? And then we start to hold up, right? I would be a little cautious of getting too aggressive on the short side in this area. So anywhere between 11.7 and 11.650, watch out for that. But I believe if you drop 11.650, that's where you can get aggressive, right? So if we go to the 15-minute chart, if we drop 11.650 here, let's say we drop these lows right here. Look at what's underneath that, right? Look at what's underneath 11.650. Pretty much nothing. So if we get under 11.650, this would be a fantastic little, I think, downside move back towards that 11.4 area if we can drop below these lows. So that's really where I say, again, I get aggressive to that downside under 11.650 on the NQ, and just a little bit cautious in this 50-point range here between 650 and 700. All right. On the QQQ, it's really this 284.50, and then that low is around that 282 area. This little area right here, right? Let me go ahead and get more time here. This is that previous high, right? Previous high, We'll draw that zone out from the previous double top high, right around that 284.50. Right? Here's your previous high right here, 284.50. So watch out for that. And then I think the downside party really begins under 282.30 over here. Right? If we can drop this little shelf, your downside starts to get slippery. So watch those levels on the Qs today. All right, so that's that. We'll go to the Dow real quick. Dow sort of holding up at these in some of these previous levels. I think the downside really comes in under like this shelf here, 33,450. All right, if you break below that, then you probably can see that downside continuation. But until then, it sort of just looks like it's in a channel here, to be quite honest, the Dow. You're pretty much just in this channel, this very large channel here, between 33,800s and let's say 33,500s, right? About a 400-point range here. 400-point range, right around there. Looks like that would be the range to watch. Russell's pretty much just rejecting that supply still. Little double top at supply. I would watch this little shelf right here to get a good read on the next move right here. Keep an eye on this shelf right here of price action between 76 and 70, little 6-point range on the Russell. If you start to give that up, right, that's where that downside starts to come in. All right, so that's that. Microsoft. So what a flip on Microsoft. Absolutely wild. From after hours earnings, and then the earnings call on the CFO said something that, people did not really enjoy. So I would watch 235 today. 235 seems to be the level to see if we can break below. If we can break below 235, which is right here, which is right here, which is right here, and which is right here again, and it's right here once again. So 235 clearly is the level to be monitoring here on Microsoft. If we can drop below 235, then I think you could probably see that move down to 231, 230. But right now you can see if we go to the 5-minute chart, right, we are attempting to hold the 235 level. So right here you can see 235, 235. I would look to see if we can get below 235. If we can, I would say downside continuation down to these lows here, 230, 231. If you hold 235, then possibly maybe a little retest rejection of 240. That's possible, but we'll have to see, right? I would be on the side of Microsoft being weak today after that earnings flip. I think there's a lot of weakness there, so I'm going to look to see if we can break 235 on Microsoft today. Look for a little retest rejection of 235. That's going to be my main watch. Amazon 93. This is going to be a big time level to watch today, guys. Look at this. Look at this 4-hour chart, right? You can clearly see what can happen under 93 here. If we start to break 93, right, it is pretty obvious. If we look at this chart right here, I think you guys all could get a good read at what could happen under 93, right? 93, 93, 93. And again, we are sitting at that level today. If we break that, right, I think you get pretty aggressive. I would say maybe back to this 89 area, right? This area is not going to hold Microsoft up. Of course, that will have to require, a downside move on the market as well to complement that move. But I would definitely be watching to see if Amazon can break 93 today and slide through this low volume area here below 93. Definitely watching that one. That's really what I would be watching, right? It's as easy as that. So 5-minute chart, right? You can see the demand has stepped up here previously. Can we break it? Can we turn it into a rejection? And can we go short off of it? You could also, right, if you have that contrarian look today, if the market does hold up and, really start to bounce today, hey, I'm not going to tell you that this might not be, I'm not going to say that this can't be a long entry off 93. It's, we've seen this in the past where things look bearish, things look like they're going to break down, and, a level like this holds up. So, right, it looks just like this time, right? Things were very bearish, big downside move, big continuation, right back into the previous lows. People that were shorting at the lows here before having confirmation lost their ass. So, we got to wait for confirmation here. Just because this looks like it's an aggressive downside, look what happened here. Look what happened here, right? Look at the lead up into that move. Very aggressive downside, huge green day. Aggressive downside, consolidation, big green day, right? Aggressive downside, back into 93. If you don't wait for the 93 to turn to a rejection, you might lose your ass. Don't lose your ass, all right? So wait for 93 to break. Oh, God. I just saw what's going on in the chat. Well, Barbara, I don't know what to tell you, my lovely lady. I disagree with your analysis. How about that? So, Amazon, 93. Next. Nvidia. So, Nvidia, that's good, man. 15-minute chart. I'm watching this 188. Oh, that's good. I'm watching this 188 on Nvidia today. So watch out for that here today. That's that previous low here. If you break under that 188, guys, I think that's probably your green light, right? So let's watch for that. My dad works in Microsoft and he'll ban you on Xbox. That's good too. Oh, God. All right, so Nvidia 188, I think that's probably your level to watch. 187.50, 188. Here's your little channel low. See you later, Brian. Have a good day, my friend. So watch out for that move, right? If we move under that level, then I would look for that downside, right? Why am I looking for that downside? It's because of this, right? It's right here. Look at that really quick upside move. If we can start to slip into those levels, I'll get interested. So watching Nvidia under this 188, this 193 area is the neckline of an inverse head and shoulder. I'm sure a lot of you guys have been aware of that, but this is your neckline of an inverse head and shoulder, right? So you have the previous highs here, previous highs here, previous highs here, and we're sitting right at it again. So this is an inverse head and shoulder, but you have to break 193. If we can't break 193, do we see another little rejection play here? That will depend on the market, and that will depend if we break under this 188, 187. So watching that, guys, today. All right, AMD. So AMD, I have a little bit of a bullish look on AMD here today. Something I will not short into until it breaks below, and that is this 7250, 73 level on AMD. So I do see the potential of a previous double top, right, turning into a support level. And again, I don't want to short into that 73 area, right? So I'll be looking to see what happens at 73 today. If we find any type of support there, it could be an interesting retest, right? A little bit of an interesting buying opportunity on this pullback at this double top. So I'll watch this area. I'll see if there's any buyers that step in here on a little break and retest. If the market does have any support today, that could be a nice long here. But obviously, I'll look both ways, right? If we do break below 72, 73, if we start to show some really clear rejections on the market, this might be just as nice to the downside towards that 67. So either way, this is a big level on AMD at around this 72.50, 73, and I would absolutely be watching it. So Tesla earnings today, guys. If you know anything about how stocks perform before earnings, the typical thing you see is a complete destruction of contracts, right? That is typically what you will see before an earnings report. It will be a completely sideways day. The contracts will get juiced out. It'll just get squeezed. The premium will be depleted. And that is typically what you will see before earnings. That's what they like for earnings, right? Look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. So I would assume, right, at least my assumption as I stand right now is that it's going to look the same way. So I would probably not trade Tesla intraday today. I think it's going to be scammy. I think it's going to be dangerous. I would be shocked to see it make a legit move, right? I would be shocked to see. If it happens, that would be nice. I'll take it. But I would be shocked to see it make a legit move today. It's most likely going to trade sideways, and they're going to just sort of prepare this thing for earnings. So watch out for that, guys. Please just be cautious on that front. Expected move right now is $11, which is about 7-ish%, right, in that general area, right? 14 is 10%, 7 is 5, so it's like 8, 9, around that area, percentage-wise. So it's a pretty decent move. You could play a Condor, Richard, if you want, right? Totally possible. So $11, right? That's the expected move. That means that Tesla, let's say it closes at 141, it will have to move up to 151, or it will have to move down to around 131, really, like 130. I mean, it's a pretty monstrous move, right, guys? They are pricing in a lot here, right? This is a big priced in move. So please don't be dumb. I hate to say that, but just don't be dumb, all right? That's all I could say. Don't YOLO options into earnings. Save your money. Boeing. So Boeing reported earnings this morning. A little bit of up and down, right? A little bit of everywhere. I think the bullish thing out of their earnings was their positive free cash flow, but they did miss on, I believe, the top and bottom line. I'm just sort of watching this 201 area, right? I'm going to watch this 201 area right here, and then you can see again, it held that 201 area here after out, or in the pre-market. So I'm going to keep an eye on this little 214 to 201 area on Boeing. I think you can look to see if there is a trade on either side. So I would say under 201, maybe you move down to that 196 here. Obviously, look, we're doing that same type of watch. Look at what happened between this 196 and 201. Pretty much a vertical move. So is there any type of desire to move below that 201 today? That is something I will watch. And then the upside rejection points are very clearly up here around that 214. So as of right now, it's sort of stuck in a channel. I would not be trading it within this channel. I would wait for either side to break here. All right, 214, 201 area. I would wait for that channel to break. All right, finally, I got Google for you. Google looks interesting. Here's why. It is back below this shelf. Hey, thanks, Nick. Thanks for always gifting in the... Let's see who gets it. Let's see who gets the sub. Let's see. iTech Reviews was gifted the membership. So appreciate that, Nick, and congrats, iTech. So Google's interesting here because look at what this has done in the past, right? 99 has been a pretty tough level, and you can see we are trading back below that, right? We are trading back below on Google under 99, back below that previous rejection point. So we are back below it. Do we turn it into a rejection? If we stay below 99, I really don't see a reason for Google to just randomly hold up in the middle of this channel, right? I would expect Google to try and trade back down to this channel low around this 94 area. So this could be an interesting trade today on Google. If we do get this slip through this channel or through this, sideways channel here, if we can get that slip to the channel low, right, that could be a nice little trade there down to that 94. So that is definitely something that I am watching, guys. Under 99, into 94, trade through this sideways channel. Don't expect there to just be some random hold in this area. I would expect there to possibly be that slip. That's if the market comes to the downside, and that's if the ES loses 4,000, which we are doing right now, right? Look at this. So we're under 4,000 on the ES. I would expect this to trade back down to 39.80 now. That would be maybe like 39.90s, this little channel high here, maybe 39.90s. But I would probably expect us to attempt at least to test this channel low, right? This little consolidation low. So nice slip through 4,000, very clean. Look at that. We give it up, right? Very nice give up there. If we stay under 4,000 today, I think you got a little bit more insight into the downside plays, right? I think if you stay under 4,000, you get a little bit more comfortable on the downside. If you can get under this 3980, then I think your fiesta starts. The little downside fiesta under this 3980 shelf. So watching under 3980, let's see if we can stay under 4,000 today. All right, let me pull up the tickers that you guys want to do. I'm going to try to get out here a little bit early because I got to go move my car before they tow it. I tried to get away with leaving it in that spot because it's a great spot. It's like an EV charging spot, but they figured it out. So Adobe, ASML, Meta, Enphase, Netflix. Let's go ahead and run those real quick, and then we're gonna have to jump out of here. Adobe, if you guys could press the like button real quick, that would be very much appreciated. If you guys could help me get to 1,000 likes per stream, that would be very much appreciated. If you guys enjoy the streams, make sure to press that like button, man. It's free. It's right there. It doesn't take much effort, and it would be much appreciated. Adobe, I like this potential retest rejection. All right? I like this. This is still alive, this retest rejection. If you reject these previous lows on the daily chart, this is potentially a very nice retest rejection. So that's what I would watch on Adobe. ASML, all I think about when I hear this is ASMR. I would watch this weekly channel high here. I would watch this weekly channel high right around here. 670, right? Watch 670 here. That could be potentially a weekly rejection point. That's what I would watch there. Meta. Meta's still rejecting this. Meta's still rejecting this area, guys. It's still under there. It's not quite giving up, but it is definitely still a watch here, in my opinion. Meta turning this previous high right here into rejections. Previous high right here into rejection still. I would keep your eyes on this one. It might not be yet, but this is feeling like a potential downside, finally a little bit of a give back of this really strong trend. This is a heavy level here on Meta. I would keep an eye on it. Enphase. Yeah, Enphase lost it. It lost it. It didn't hold. Look at that. It lost that level. It needed to hold there. Enphase needed to hold there around that 215 area, in my opinion. So this is getting a little interesting here. Enphase giving up. I think it had to hold that level. All right, last one we got is Netflix. Netflix has been a monster and has been pretty much been going up without the market. I would be careful shorting this thing. I tried a 360 short yesterday, right around this area. This is how I lost some money yesterday. I tried to short off this 360 rejection area and just did not roll over. It just stayed strong. It continued higher, took my loss. I would say you need to see this under 350, 450 before you can even consider shorts. If you get under 350, 450 though, right, that is a juicy area to potentially trade down into. But you need to break down first, and you need to see some weakness step in because it's not shown the weakness yet. All right. All right, guys, if you guys could press that like button before you head out. This is going to be the last stream of the week, so no live stream tomorrow, no live stream Friday. I wish you guys the best. Be smart out there. Try to remember my voice in your head. Do the right thing. Focus on risk management. Protect your capital, guys. It's a long game. Don't get taken out of the game. You can't learn trading if you get taken out of the game within a month. It's a long game. Focus on the long game. Focus on the education. Over time, gain experience, and you will become successful. But you have to be around, right? You have to be around. So I'll be in New York this week. So I will not be able to be on the live stream. I will be in the Discord chat. If you guys are in the Discord, I'll be in there. So just no live stream. I don't have the setup to be doing live streams on the road. And I'd rather just take a break, to be quite honest. I'll take my break, enjoy New York with my family, and come back refreshed on Monday of next week. So Thanks again, guys. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Have a fantastic weekend. I will not see you here tomorrow or Friday. And I'll see you next week. Peace out.